The Jenny mod. The most infamous and controversial Minecraft mod of all time. It would be fair to say that Jenny has done irreparable damage to Mojang's reputation, with consequences that can still be seen to this day. For example, if you search up Jenny mod right now on YouTube, you'll see this. Endless ads and slop from content farms, or as some people might describe it, sinister Gunner bait, mostly targeted towards young children. Despite its popularity, if you do decide to look for and download the Jenny mod yourself, you'll find nothing but scam phishing websites, with the genuine files nowhere to be found. So, what happened to the Jenny mod? Who made the original? And why was it wiped from the internet? Before we get into that, maybe you would like to know what you can do with the Jenny mod. To put it bluntly, the mod adds a variety of blocky girls to the game that you can have sex with. This mod is perhaps the first of its kind, reminiscent of the Safe for Work Mob Talker mod from 2012, which turned mobs into anime girls that the player could interact with. The character Jenny Bell was originally created in 2018 by the 3D adult animator Slippery T, who put the character through a variety of Minecraft-related situations in the animated series Jenny's Odd Adventures. Eventually, a modder known as Schnurry TV decided to bring this character into Minecraft through a project simply called the Sex Mod. The mod featured not just one, but 9 different characters. Jenny can be found in a randomly generated house in the overworld. The player has the option of giving her diamonds, emeralds, ender pearls, or gold in exchange for her services. A nearby bed is required to trigger some of the cutscenes. Also, she can wear any armor pieces given to her, and she has the ability to follow the player or be repositioned at the player's house. Other characters include Ellie, a goth girl found in a dark forest biome, Bia the bear, Allie the genie, Luna the cat girl fisher, found in the ocean biome, as well as roaming kobolds, which can be seen walking around in groups of 4, underground goblins, which will gang up and assault the player if they dig into their lair by accident, slime girls, and finally, bee girls. Every character has several different animations and dialogue. Once in the animation screen, a bar will pop up on the left, with the option of pressing Shift to adjust the speed, and Spacebar to finish. Because of its controversial content, the mod quickly blew up on platforms such as TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube, with major creators like iShowSpeed making videos about the mod. Since explicit content cannot be posted on TikTok or YouTube, creators could not directly show the mod, instead relying on teasers and reactions. Even the iShowSpeed streams were deleted. Of course, this only made the millions of viewers more and more curious. The mod grew into a massive internet phenomenon, making it one of the most widely recognized third-party Minecraft downloads to this day. However, this popularity attracted the attention of someone who was willing to do anything to bring an end to it all: Mojang. Microsoft and Mojang Studios own Minecraft. It is fundamentally a game marketed to and mostly played by children and young teenagers. You can see this through their merchandising, content, and IP spin-offs. The physical toys, Lego sets, backpacks, and clothing found in retail stores are almost entirely marketed towards kids. A huge portion of Minecraft content on YouTube is geared toward younger audiences, featuring high-energy, brightly colored, family-friendly videos. Also, Minecraft heavily pushes the game in schools through Minecraft Education Edition, and spin-off games like Minecraft Dungeons are designed with younger gamers in mind. In other words, about 63% of Minecraft's player base is below the age of 21, with 20% being under the age of 15. The spread of the Jenny mod presented 2 massive legal and PR issues for Mojang. The first was that the mod was exposing children to pornographic content. The second, and likely the only thing that Microsoft cared about, was that the mod was ruining Minecraft's brand image. This is explicitly stated in their usage guidelines. Do not do anything that would harm or damage our name, brand, or assets. For example, gambling, pornography, violence, terrorism, or other unsafe/mature content. So, Microsoft had to intervene. They issued a formal DMCA notice against the developer of the Jenny mod, which threatened severe legal action if he did not take the mod down immediately. That's what Schnurry TV did. The developer completely abandoned the project. His host website was deleted, and all official download links were scrubbed. He also added a sad little note to his Twitter X bio. However, as you might know, once something is on the internet, it stays there, forever. Although this was the end for the Jenny mod, Jenny Bell would survive. First of all, someone used the Internet Archive's Wayback Machine to make a backup of Schnurry TV's website, with the download link fully functional. That's how I was able to find and install the mod. This is only possible because the Internet Archive saved a copy of the original Java file on their ginormous hard drives. The latest accessible version of the website and the mod are from May 1st, 2023, frozen in time. In addition to this, Schnurry TV gave the source code for the Jenny mod to a Mexican individual known as Troll Mastercard, and so the mod was rebranded under the name Fapcraft. However, it quickly became even more controversial than the original. According to several members of the Fapcraft community, the owner vanished, effectively abandoning the mod. Players accused Troll Mastercard of being a scammer, claiming that she'd locked the mod behind a Patreon paywall and rarely provided updates. Let me read you a quote from an angry user on Reddit. "Just like a parasite she appeared, suckled off Schnurry's precious juice, and also like an inefficient parasite, she suffocated in her own poop. I guess she's a fraud, as far as I know." Many users felt that she was using Schnurry TV's massive audience as a cash cow, and as a quick and easy way to promote her other unrelated commercial projects, before going silent. However, it doesn't end there. The Jenny mod spawned several more offshoots, each one with some notable drama of their own. Since these can no longer be considered the original Jenny mod, I won't delve into them. Instead, I'll just tell you a summary of what happened to the biggest offshoot. The cause of this drama is that there are only two people with access to Jenny mod's source code: Schnurry TV, the original creator, and Troll Mastercard, who really did troll her audience. Neither of them were willing to make the code public, and neither of them were willing to continue working on the mod. So users were forced to make their own copies. An individual known as Vipex started rebuilding the mod entirely from scratch, aiming to port the mechanics to modern versions of Minecraft under the name Sexcraft Plus. To avoid the legal trouble that shut down the original Jenny mod, and to make sure that no minors were accessing the content, Vipex made a drastic decision. He locked the mod behind a private Discord server, and if users wanted access, then they were required to submit their real-life government ID card to prove that they were over 18. This restriction effectively killed the mod's mainstream momentum. Not only were the adult players deeply uncomfortable with sending their government IDs to a random stranger on Discord, but of course, a significant portion of the mod's original player base was underage. However, Mojang's legal team, ever vigilant, contacted Vipex and forced him to take the mod down. He then decided to take all of the other adult mods down with him, including the servers that were hosting the 3D models, and he forwarded everybody's information to Mojang's intellectual property enforcement team. Apparently out of revenge, because other mod developers shared a fake Discord chat of Vipex grooming a child. And so, our story ends here. The Jenny mod, forever banished to the corners of the internet, never to return. Okay, thank you for watching. I am only lucid for one day a year, on April Fools. I will now be going back to my usual content. See you around.